Hello, welcome back. I'm Tanya from Tanya's Witchy Kitchen, and how are you doing today? I'm not doing too bad. So, ignore the background. I bought a shelf. I'm debating if I want it in here and then let my soaps cure, because it's got lots of room for, and then have some of my other supplies out here, or if I'm gonna put, break it down and put half in my other room, but yeah, so my background is chaos, and it's kind of like the have you seen A Knight's Tale? It's an old movie. My son used to watch it on repeat, and he says at the end, he's like, oh wait, good people, I forgot my introduction, the whatever they call him, the herald. And anyway, that's what they call him, can't remember. But anyway, that's how I was like dinking around, and I realized, oh my gosh, I don't have an introduction for my video. The things I could tell you about that movie with my son. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, okay, so he's like 2. Loved that movie. Like, probably the only 2-year-old I knew at the time that would actually watch a movie that wasn't animated. Thanks, Willow. Okay, because it's real people, real life, my kids were weird like that, but not animated, just real life, and loved that movie, watched it on repeat, and would just, then he had this little stuffed horse he shoved between his legs that, and he'd have the whatever sword he could find in the house, and he'd be like, William, because they're jousting in this movie. But yeah, oh my gosh, that movie just, it's not the movie, it's the memories from the movie that it's just, good things. And now he's a legal adult. Time flies, people. Yes, time flies. It's so sad. Anyway, today we're going to talk about a happy accident. So when I first started researching rebatching soap, it was way back when I first started soaping, and I made what I called a pumpkin spice because it had pumpkin spices in it, and it was a layered bar, and it turned out really cool, but no scent, okay? So I decided to rebatch it, and I did eventually, but it ended up being flat and looked like a scotcheroo. Go figure. Anyways, yes. So, and all the rebatching, I haven't really looked lately if there's new stuff, okay? This is just me over the years. So, everything was like, you put it in a crock pot and you add 10% water max, unless it's wrong, it's light heavy, stuff like that. If there's something structurally wrong with it, that's something else you have to look into. But if it's the soap is fine, and just to rebatch, it's always melt it down, 10%. They call it remilling the soap. So 10% water. Well, I had a happy accident because I just kind of got pissed off with everything and decided to do my own thing. So here is another way for you to rebatch old soap bars. 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, be you, and let's go check out the next soap. I think this is the one to the last. I think there's one more after this. Okay, so I think, pretty sure. But anyway, yeah, so let's go check out the next soap. It was a very happy accident in this soap series, my rebatching soap series. Let's go check it out. So if you've known me my whole soaping life, you will probably recognize these bars. They are quite old. They were, I could look it up and tell you what year I made these, but it was one of the probably first years I was soaping. They were Poppyseed and Menthol soap bars. And really nice. My brother was like the only one who complained because he said the Poppyseed was just too scratchy on his skin. He's such a whiner. He also whines about, soap should be exfoliating so he doesn't have to use a washcloth. So, So these are quite old, and I decided I'm going to rebatch them. So into the crock pot they go with, that approximate 10% water, and melted it down. Except the problem was this was a different crock pot, and this is my medium-sized one, and I put it on warm, and no, I didn't. I put it on 10 low. That's what I did. I put it on low for 10 hours, and I literally was scorching the soap a little bit. I was not happy. Let me tell you, not happy. And I'm like, this is so stupid. Okay? This was my thought process as I'm mixing the soap. This is so stupid. Like, what does it matter? What's 10% water? What's 20% water? What's 50% water? Because if you've ever taken your soap shreds and added them to water to make foaming hand soap, you will know eventually it solidifies because it's made with sodium hydroxide. That is what it does. It solidifies. So as the water evaporates out, you have a more soluble, massable soap. I don't even know if that was a real sentence, you guys. But anyway, added more water because I'm like, what does it matter? And then I got to thinking, like, why only that water? Okay, here I accidentally shut the crock pot off. Whoops. Yeah, instead of turning it, I did turn it down, but then I shut it off, and I didn't mean to. So I have this nice, hard, solid lumps of soap again. Now, really quick, one major tip when you are rebatching your soap. It is also a great way to add ingredients that could be destroyed in the saponification process or in the alkalinity of fresh soap. Okay, so keep that in mind. So then I decided I'm adding 5 ounces of water. Okay? 5 ounces to 20 ounces, which is about 25%. Okay, you see where I'm going there? And I'll show you what I got. So I did fragrance this a little bit. There, like I said, there were menthol crystals. That was the only thing used as a fragrance. And I blended black cherry and vanilla buttercream with some Merlot. The Merlot was a total waste. I should have actually had a lot more than that. But this is what 5 ounces of water did to my batter. Does that not look like a hot process soap? A very fluid hot process soap? You better bet your bottom dollar it is. Yeah. And what the heck? So it has to cure a little longer. Basically get rid of its water weight. Who cares, right? I was just tickled pink. I was like, this is what I wanted. This is like literally rebatching the soap. Everything melted, everything creamy. I mean, why wouldn't you add more water? I don't understand why people tell you just a little bit of water to melt it down. Whoa. So who cares if you have to let it sit out for a few weeks, right? This is doable. This is manageable, right? Like, you saw me, like, literally scoop in the detox bar, which is still a stellar bar. I'm still just impressed with it. It looks like crap, but it's such a great bar in the shower. But this stuff looks like I just hot processed it. Literally, look at this. It looks like hot processed soap. The menthol crystals, the very first time when I added the water, you could smell those suckers. I think I ended up cooking it so long, you couldn't smell them anymore. Like when you just open the door. My dog's just having a cow because there's, a coyote or something, or a goat out, or who knows. Maybe a chicken's still running around after dark. I don't know. She's nuts. But, sorry about the dog. But, yeah, look at this. This is just crazy. And I'm like, why wouldn't people do this normally? But that's what I did. Literally. Add more water, people. There you go. Who would have thought, right? So I let it set overnight. There's a few little scorch marks in this, but that's okay. It looks pretty decent. It looks like a hot process soap on top, but really nice and smooth on those sides. And as for leaving it out 24 hours to set up, it was still very soft. But a day sitting out, it was hard. I guess I would have to go back and weigh everything to see, because I know, like what my starting weight of the soap shreds were, and I know what my, the amount of water I added, but it was cooking. So, sometimes you cook out some water too. So I guess if I measured that, I would kind of know. I should end up close to what I started with, except for, there will contain some of the fragrance oil should be in there, and some of that water, but otherwise, I mean, this was so crazy. This was a happy accident. I'm sorry if you've done this before. I didn't see your video. I did not know about it. This was just me getting upset and taking matters into my own hands, and it actually worked. So here are the bars right after I cut them. Yep, pretty cool. And these are the bars after they are cured for like a couple weeks. It didn't even take that long. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.